like shiny things, but I'd marry you for paper things. That's right, darling. It's the Boujee Booktube Tag. Hi guys, it is April from Getting Hooked With It. Today we are going to be doing the Boujee Booktube Tag, and this was created by Olive over at A Book Olive, and she tagged me in this. I really love this tag. It's all about your financial relationship with books and splurging versus saving, where you cut, where you go all out. So let's get right into the questions. The first question is, what is your average monthly budget for books? It depends on the month for me very much. I would probably say that I spend anywhere from $30 to $50 a month on books. I kind of go all over the place to get books. Sometimes I will go to the bookstore or, get something on Amazon. I haven't really bought a book from Amazon in a while. But yeah, sometimes I'll go to a store and get a book from an actual bookstore. Other times I'll go to a thrift store and buy books from there. I'd say that's what I do most of the time. And I don't have a book in mind going in. I just kind of go and see what my luck is like, and I don't know, it's a fun shopping experience. Number 2, what is the most you've ever spent in a bookstore? Okay, so I don't know if I mentioned Chapters in my first answer, but Chapters or Indigo is a bookstore in Canada, and I swear to God, someone could walk into that bookstore blindfolded and go through and buy me things, and I would love everything. They have books, obviously, but they also have home decor, self-care, all sorts of stuff there that honestly, I really do love everything there. So I could spend so much money in Chapters. I really could. I think I have in the past spent probably like $200 to $300 in one go between books and things like candles or pillows or anything hygge. There was one Christmas, a couple of Christmases ago, that after Barry and I had opened our presents, I realized as I was looking at all of my presents that he had bought almost everything from Chapters, and I was like over the moon happy. So yeah, I can spend a hot penny. Hot penny? What's a hot penny? I don't... Save me. Save me from myself. Number 3, are you willing to pay full price for a new release, or will you wait until you have a coupon or it's on sale? Now, I most definitely want it on sale. For example, The Testaments just recently came out by Margaret Atwood. It's the sequel to The Handmaid's Tale, so naturally I needed it immediately. And I ended up getting it at Walmart for 40% off. And I would usually try to get it on sale no matter what. I don't have a problem paying full price, but if I know that it's going to go on sale anyway, I'm going to wait for the sale. Yeah. Number 4, would you rather buy one new book or several less expensive used copies? 100% used copies. Now, I do want my used copies in fairly good condition. I have in the past bought copies that are used that have come home and I've realized later were in horrible condition. Like, I don't like water damage on my used books. I've bought books before that I didn't realize smelled like smoke. Sometimes you can see like yellowing on the top of the book but not on the bottom, and it smells like smoke, and you have like allergies because of them. Like, you can go really wrong and bad things can happen when you do get used books. But sometimes you'll get used books where it looks like no one has read them whatsoever. So many of my books are like that, honestly. I think I've got Sometimes I Lie and no one had read that except me. So Definitely used books, 100%. Number 5, what is a reasonable price for a new hardback, a paperback, and an ebook? And I really liked this question, and I really struggled with an answer for many of them. I, first of all, probably would prefer a floppy paperback over a hard cover. This is new for me. I used to only want hardcovers, but there's something about reading a floppy paperback that I just enjoy. So for hardcovers, I know that they're usually much more expensive. In Canada, you could pay like $35 for a hardcover. I think a reasonable price for a hardcover is $25. Now, one little thing that I remember really distinctly from my classes when I took my master's in publishing out west, I went to Simon Fraser University. I can't remember what class it was in, but I think a publisher came in and they were talking about how much more it pays or it takes to make a hardcover versus a paperback, like in the printing process. And I think it was $1 more or $2 more. Like that's how much it is. Now, obviously you have to put shipping into consideration because hardcovers are usually heavier than paperbacks. But I would say for a hardcover, knowing that, about $25 is reasonable in my mind, $25 Canadian. For a paperback, I would prefer it to be around like $15. Yeah, so I will usually look for even my paperbacks to be on sale if I'm going to Chapters or something. But those can go for like $25 if you're getting them full price. And then for ebooks, okay, this is a big controversial one, and it was interesting watching other people do this tag. Some people felt that ebooks should be very inexpensive. Other people thought, well, you're actually paying for the words, you're not paying for the physical experience. And I lean more to they should be pretty inexpensive side of things. That's coming from someone who's not really tied to her e-reader. I have an iPad and I have books on my iPad, but I never really read them very often. Yeah, I do understand the philosophy of you're paying for the words on the page and not the pages themselves, but as someone who loves her bookshelves, and I'm so tied to going to my bookshelves and the feeling that it gives me and the feeling of a book in my hand, I do feel like an e-copy should be considerably less than a physical copy. So to me, I think they should be between $2 and $4. $2 and $5, 2 and 4, somewhere around there. They should go on sale for $1 or $2 and then be around $5. I would never pay more than $5 for an e-copy of a book. I'm sorry to say, but I just wouldn't, because you don't get to have them on your shelves after. I don't know. Yeah. Definitely cheaper on the e side of things. Number 6, is a signed book worth more to you? How about a first edition? If it was a signed copy of a first edition, like of Pride and Prejudice or something, I mean, that would be worth a lot to me. And to anyone. I mean, it's a classic, and that would be worth a lot financially. But first editions of just regular old books, that I just don't feel anything about getting a first edition. Signed editions, though, signed copies do mean a lot to me, but they'd have to be particular authors. If I got a signed copy of one of my favorite authors, I'd love a signed copy of something from Paul Tremblay, Kate Atkinson, I also have a couple of signed copies that do mean a lot to me. Barry got me both of them. He got me a signed copy of a Margaret Atwood book, Life After Man, which I still haven't read, and then a copy from Nora Ephron. After she had passed away, I didn't even know that it would be possible to get a signed copy of a book from Nora Ephron. And he found one for me, and it's amazing. So it completely depends on the author, but they would mean a lot to me. Number 7 definitely is kind of related to number 6. What is your most valuable book, sentimental or actual value? And it's definitely that Nora Ephron book that is signed. I mean, I named my daughter after Nora Ephron, and having that book means just so much to me. I just loved Nora Ephron so much, and knowing that she held that book at one point and wrote on it, like she held that book. I'm definitely fangirling over here. But number 8, will you pay more for a cover or edition you like better? 100% yes. I have done this several times actually. For example, The Book Thief. I had the Book Thief on my shelves, but there was a 10th anniversary edition that came out that is stunning. I just love the look of this book. I just think the design of it is gorgeous. And so I actually got that for Christmas as well from Barry. I asked for it, and yeah, I really needed that copy in particular. Also, Karen Slaughter has a series of books. I think it's the Grant County series, and the US covers are ugly, and I had a few of them kind of all over the place. I had a few of them, but the UK covers are very lovely. So I also asked for those for Christmas, and I really, really like those. I still haven't read them. I will read them. But yes, I definitely am picky about my covers for sure. Number 9, what physical characteristic does a good quality book have? So to me, this entirely depends on whether we're talking paperback or hardback. For hardback, it's really important to me that, the cover itself, it would be lovely if the cover was raised a little bit. I really like that. I also really appreciate end papers. I want the design on the end papers to be really beautiful. The Testaments, for example, just came out, and I really liked the end papers on those. And then on the paperback side of things, I am incredibly picky. I really like a floppy hardback. This is actually a library copy, but it's floppy, and I like a larger kind of paperback size. I really appreciate deckled edges. I used to hate deckled edges, and I don't know why, because it's easier to flip the pages with deckled edges, but I think I used to think that it looked messy for some reason, and now I'm 100% like more likely to pick up that book if it has deckled edges. I also love a book with illustrations inside of it, like maps or layouts of a house, if it takes place in a house or something, like a haunted house or whatever it is. I like all of those extra little added bits. I think it just adds more to a book to me. Number 10. If you won the lottery, what bookish things would you do with the money? So I have a ridiculously long answer for this question leading into the next question, which is a bonus question, which is give us an image, actual or mental, of your dream home library. So basically, if I won the lottery, I would build my own house. Not through like a builder with their plans. I would build it with my own plans. That's something I would love to do one day. So of course there would be a library in that home. And that room would have a big, huge fireplace. It would still be gas just because of the convenience. It would have big, enormous armchairs, probably leather, to like make sure that they're worn into and like really, really cozy with ottomans. I'd have like speakers in the actual room itself so that I could put classical music through it or like white noise through. I'd have a coffee bar and a wine bar, depending on the time of day, of course, so that I could have a nice glass of wine on a cold night when reading. And of course, the bookshelves themselves would be custom. I probably would do the cliche thing of having a ladder, at least one ladder for my bookcases. And I also really like the lights over bookcases. I think those are really, really beautiful. So I would do all of that. But I would also have, and this is the thing I've wanted forever, I would have a little, not secret passageway, but kind of this little area, like a little hallway from the library to a reading room that's very small. It would be, how have I thought about this so much, but it would be kind of like a Hobbit-like thing where it's completely glass and kind of like a bubble, and it would look out onto a garden. Hopefully there would be like, I don't know, a bird feeder close by or something so that I could watch animals and butterflies and everything outside while I'm reading. But it'd be this bubble, fairly small. It might fit 1 or 2 armchairs and maybe a little tiny bed for Libby to hang out with me in. And yeah, I would want a little area that's like surrounded by nature, basically, to be able to enjoy reading a good book. I mean, it would be ideal if it also opened up a little bit in the summer, but I really would want something that would be warm enough to enjoy a good book in the winter, but also enjoy nature. Why have I thought about this so much? How is this possible? But that is my dream, and clearly books are important to me in that dream. So that was the Boujee Booktuber tag. I really, really enjoyed this tag. Let me know in the comments below what your dream library would be. I'm going to tag a couple of people. I should do that. I didn't think of this beforehand. I'm going to tag Krista from Books and Jams. I am going to tag Katie from Girl About Library. And Kayla from Books and Lala. I don't think she watches my channel, but I would really love to know her answers. So I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll talk with you soon. Thanks, Olive, for tagging me. Bye.